All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Nerd.
Well, good morning and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Miliaccio. George Ballantyne will be joining us shortly. He's just handling a little technical difficulty in the back end. So, of course, you know what this show is all about. It's edge of the knife, tip of the spear. Because if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. And you know, on this show, each and every single episode, we don't blindly follow anybody. It's a show that really believes in the American people, the nation itself. And of course, we're doing it during your domestic and international top stories. And there he is, Superman George Ballantyne. How are you, bro?
I'm good.
Little tech glitch. Whenever George goes, oh shit, I know he's got something he's got to fix.
Some a lot of
in the background.
You know what? There's been a lot of changes, a lot of updates on apps and stuff, and I had an update for the operating system. So you have to redo security permissions and certain things. It's just whatever. It is what it is, but you never know. And then Mike Schwartz show rated us. Okay, Mikey Schwartz. You know, today would have been a great day. Today would have been a good day to have him come on with us and just talk about some of the new revelations of Fauci's diary. We'll get to that later on in the show, but it would have been fun to have him on. But whatever.
Yeah, it's he knows a lot about Fauci for sure with his book, Fauci's Fiction, I believe is what the name of the book is. And he's done very well with those books. If you don't know Dr. Michael Schwartz, you should be following his show. The guy's very talented, extremely intelligent. He seems to be a career student. He's back in law school now. He's already got several other degrees, a couple of PhDs and other things. The guy's really sharp. I love his show. So if you're not following him, hit that follow button for him. And don't forget to hit the follow button for us if you're here for the first time. Don't be shy, man. Nobody likes shy people. Get in the chat. You're part of the Big Mig team. You're part of the Big Mig Mafia. You know, we love our subscribers and listeners. So get in there, leave us, hit that thumbs up, hit the comment. You know, of course, if you can hit the follow button, we greatly appreciate that. Of course, any Rumble Rant tips are always appreciated. $1, $5, $10, $20, whatever you can do. And of course, if you can do the paid subscription for $5 a month, it's a great way to support the show and say thank you to us for all the hard work we do. Because these shows are a lot of work, especially when the news cycle is a little tricky. What I think is interesting is that, of course, this morning, everything is Fauci. Now, I think what's important is there's some heavy stuff going on overseas. I'm not going to do the sponsor today, George. I'll explain later.
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah, no sponsor read. No sponsor read today.
Hold on. I got a text from Schwartzaruni here. And
Yes,
he's telling me his schedule this week. He's going to be on Fox and Friends tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. He's going to be on Owen News with Dan Ball, Real American's Voice on with Wayne Allen Root. Today he's going to be with Strange Planet with Richard Serrett. So it looks like his Fauci Fictions book is going to be taken off because, once again, we were right. Mike was right. But, you know, we got chastised and all that. We're going to get more into that in the show, and I'll go over those show times and stuff for Mike when we talk about Fauci. But you don't want to do, what'd you say?
No, we're just going to move on here to the stories, man. I'll explain everything later. All right. Well, anyway, so here we are. Iran, should be in the news. I don't know if anybody's seen what's going on. There seems to be mobilization of special forces and other military, active duty military. Does that mean we're going in? I don't know. It's a good question. But I can tell you what you shouldn't do if you're Iran or anybody in Iran is threaten a man's family.
Specifically,
I have to tell you,
the most feared leader of the world, too.
I don't think this is getting as much coverage as it should. For anybody that didn't catch this, what I'm talking about is this video that was put out in Iran, basically threatening Melania Trump and Barron Trump. I don't know, George, if it's even possible that they could have made a bigger mistake.
Just for the fact that you went after Barron Trump, and you went after Melania too, but you went after Barron. So Melania's gonna go right to Donald, fucking right into his ear, probably whisper something like, "Bomb the shit out of him, Donald." That's it. They went after our little baby Barron. Can't do that. Can't go after Barron Trump. Not with Melania around. No sirree. I mean, that's just.
There's a lot of dumb shit you can do. Going through Melania's underwear drawer is pretty dumb. Going into Barron's room and raiding it like the FBI did. I still don't understand why those agents haven't been put to the grill, but okay, whatever. I'm just telling you that if you're going to get into a battle with Donald Trump and the United States, you should never threaten people's families. Because if there was any chance he wasn't going to go all in, I would say that's off the table. I don't know that negotiation is even an option at this point. So this is a media outlet that was affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. And this is a propaganda video. And of course, it's targeting Melania and her son, Barron. And it's depicting their movements. And of course, encouraging attacks about them, kind of using like satellite imagery. The video ends with the message, "Barron Trump, wait for us." Now, this is, let's face it, they've been doing a series of increasingly aggressive propaganda campaigns from Tehran. They had their earlier videos and billboards depicting Donald Trump and members of his family as assassination targets. There's no doubt they're escalating their threats with these propaganda videos, targeting now his wife and son directly. Listen, you guys tell me in the audience, does anybody think this is a good idea if you're in a battle with Donald Trump to do something like this? Because I got to tell you, if there was ever a chance for Donald Trump to take it easy on them, I'd say it's FAFO. Fuck around and find out at this point. I mean, George, this is just one of those things that I saw it and I went, holy crap. Now, I wasn't happy about the content of the video, but I sure as hell am hoping that Donald Trump finally stops dicking around with Iran, stops trying to negotiate with them, and absolutely drops the hammer. And I'm hoping this is the reason he does it.
I hope so too. I don't know. My phone's going off. What is this? Do you want to do the other thing first? The Gimmigrant?
Nah, we can cover that in a little bit. It's nothing big. I just saw this and I thought it was an interesting.
You want the video? Okay.
Yeah, let's split. Here's the video and just watch closely. And this is called "Where to Kill Melania" is the title of this, or "How to Kill Melania Trump."
Yep. Not good. Iran's going to find out the real hard way of fuck around and find out. All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Well, George didn't realize that it was in Persian and that it was closed caption, but it basically is a surveillance style video. What you saw there, you'll have to watch it. We probably should have done a voiceover with it, but we didn't. So we apologize to you guys. And it just kind of, places them at different locations, shows actual video footage, shows footage like satellite footage of the caravan of the presidential, caravan. Of course, you know how when he rolls around in presidential limo with his family. I would be shocked. Let me say this to you. If there was ever a chance that Iran could come to the negotiating table, I think that's off. And if there was ever a chance that we weren't going to be boots on the ground in Iran, I think that's off the table. I would guess that any time starting very soon, they're going to go shock and awe. That would be my guess. And I would say that the electrical power grid is probably going to go down. I wouldn't be surprised to see lots of strikes on infrastructure. I believe he's going to now bring Iran to his knees, which actually I prefer that that's what happens. I'm not a warmonger, but I don't think you can negotiate with this regime. You sure can't negotiate with the IRGC, as you can see, or the Basij. So, in my opinion, I'm for the all-in, George. What do you think?
Listen, if I was Donald J. Trump and that video came out in my family, I'd go right to my generals or P. Hegseth. I said, drop the hammer on them. No more forgiveness. Annihilate them. Just do it. Let's get it done and over with. And that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say. There's not more to say, do. That's it. They're going after your family. That's it. I would just annihilate every government, find out where the IGRC is, and just freaking start dropping bombs on all of them. Not the people, not the Iranian people, no. And take out all their infrastructure. All the bridges, all the power plants, and that Bitcoin mining facility, because Lance wants that done. So we'll do that for Lance too. Make sure that gets done. Right, Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of you. See, bro, I think of you. I don't leave you out.
I appreciate that. And take Karg Island.
They should have freaking taken Karg Island a long time ago, but
Yeah.
Why listen to the Big Mig show? What do we know, right?
It's Karg Island. Make it a U.S. property. That's what I would do.
U.S. territory.
Yeah, that's it. You no longer own Karg Island. We're taking it. And I would just annihilate them all. I would go hard in 100%. And if they tried to call me negotiate.
Matter of fact, you know what, Lance?
Yeah.
It's no longer Iran's oil. It's United States oil, and we'll give you a little percentage. How's that?
Yeah, this is one of those things that I don't think can be tolerated. And if Donald Trump, let me say this. If at this point the administration doesn't go all in, then they're a bunch of pussies. Because there's no way any New Yorker would tolerate that shit with our families. If that was me, oh my God. And negotiations, I would pull back everybody on the negotiations. Say, no, we're done negotiating. What do you mean? No, we're done. Don't bring negotiation up to me again. That's what I would tell them. I would tell them that we are done communicating on negotiations.
Well, you know what? I said, oh, you want to negotiate? Okay, let's negotiate. I'm going to bond the shit out of you. That's my negotiation to you guys. That's it. Peace out. I mean, we said this from day one. Iran has a history of being very deceitful, condescending. They'll say to negotiate, then they renege on their negotiations. Been doing that for years upon years. Well, what would be any different this time? Nothing, because they always get away with it. And if they always get away with it, they're going to get away with it this time. Well, now you're dealing with Trump. Let's see what Trump does. I'm going to wait and see. Because you can't look weak on an international stage right now. You have to really hammer the shit out of them. You gave them a chance. We tried being diplomatic numerous times with them. So you can't say we weren't being diplomatic. I mean, would you want Trump handle this, or would you want like Obama or Biden handle this, and then all of a sudden you see more pallets of cash going over?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, shit.
Well, Iran showed their hand. They show what their real mindset is. Iran launched strikes at a U.S. base, and that was an attempted surprise attack after Trump halted the strikes against Iran. We were nearly 2-week-long bombing campaigns. You guys know that. And he tried to continue negotiations on Friday, and at 5:45 p.m., ET, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps forces launched multiple ballistic missiles from Iran in an attempted surprise attack on U.S. forces that are based in the Middle East. Now, all those missiles were intercepted, but that was their response to him stopping the bombing campaigns, for them to immediately send ballistic missiles. Does that sound like, to you guys in the audience, I mean, I'd like to hear from you. Does that sound like something that you think, is that a kind of people that you can negotiate with? You guys tell me. I say no.
Negotiate with what? Them firing missiles at us? When you're trying to do
Trump
negotiations.
said on Monday, we are in very deep talks with Iran. If they don't work out, we'll go back to very strong military action. Done. Bro, stop.
Bro.
Nobody wants to hear about the negotiation anymore. It's time to drop the hammer on these people. Forget the world stage. Who cares about that? Take them out. You cannot leave this leadership in place. Look what they're doing. They're still killing Iranian people. I don't know if you've seen this, George, but they're still killing lots and lots of them.
Well, they're killing a lot of the people that protested and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And believe me, if there wasn't some kind of deal with the United States, and believe me, Iran would be killing a lot more of their citizens, especially ones anybody protesting anything. So now you're at a point. If you want to,
we're going to beat the fucking shit out of them.
Yeah.
You know, Don, I don't know if you forgot. You're from New York. We don't telegraph in New York. We don't tell you that we're going to beat the shit out of you. We just beat the shit out of you. So stop with these vocal threats. Just take care of it, man. Be the New Yorker you're supposed to be, and stop telegraphing. We don't need the telegraphing. I don't need you to go, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Just do it.
don't be about it. Don't say about it. Just be about it.
Let's play the clip.
Yeah, it's a short clip. I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of you.
President Trump speaking to Fox just moments ago about the U.S.-Iran conflict. Trey Ying says the information. Trey, what did the president tell you?
Yeah, guys, good morning. President Trump reacting to that Iranian attack on U.S. forces overnight in Jordan. President Trump tells Fox News about Iran, we are going to beat the effing S out of them. He went on to say, we'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So clearly the United States is going to respond to what the president described as a surprise attack. He says U.S. forces had just minutes to shoot down these incoming Iranian ballistic missiles. The president says he has reviewed video of the shoot down, and it was U.S. forces conducting this operation to defend that area. He said it was real time. They were calling out coordinates and ensuring that none of this incoming Iranian fire got through.
Well, in the turn of events, U.S. Central Command and surprisingly, Saudi Arabian forces conduct strikes against Iran-backed forces in Iraq in response to this attack on a U.S. base. I wonder what's going on with the Houthis. Because, you know, they were started, Yemen's or whatever, they were starting getting on this too with Iran against us. But why isn't Iraq doing anything?
No idea.
Right? Iraq. I mean, you should be going, you know, fighting these terrorists. I mean, not for nothing, but you look at Iran. You got to say they're a terrorist country, not the people, the regime. And I thought the United States doesn't negotiate with terrorists.
That's what I thought.
I don't know. I thought too.
I guess things change. I don't know.
What changed though?
The public statements.
Because I got to tell you, know, gas prices went up, but I'm going to say something. Under Joe Biden, gas prices were still a lot higher. Inflation was way higher. Okay, so anybody complaining that too much about gas prices, really, you don't have anything to really say. But I get it, you know. You're running out of money here and there. It's paying. Like, we'd like to get a cheaper prices. I like to get cheaper prices. They'll go back down. But right now, I guess we got to take the brunt of it. Whatever. Lance, what is this immigrant thing? Should I put it up?
Yeah, I thought this was interesting. It's a term somebody coined, and I think it's very accurate. A gimmigrant is a person who has come to a different country in order to reside there permanently, live for free, and receive all benefits paid by taxpayers, but who has no intention of working or abiding by the laws of said country. When they don't get their own way, they play the discrimination race card. That is a gimmigrant. And I thought that was a very accurate, description of a lot of the people we have here. And they maybe should have added, or they will look for a way to commit fraud against that country. Because let's face it, isn't that what's happened with the Somalians? Isn't that what's happened with Medicare and Medicaid? Lots of immigrants who've come here and figured out a way to use the system and abuse the system and take advantage of the system. So maybe it should have had a line about committing acts of fraud, but I think it's a pretty accurate statement. That's not the kind of people we need here.
Gimme. Like a little kid, like a little child. What do you want? Gimme.
And the Biden administration, they marketed that. It was advertised. Come over here and get all kinds of free shit.
We just want your vote.
Yeah, we just want to steal your vote and make it up and fraud and commit election fraud.
Whoa.
Well,
hold on, Lance. I got somebody in the chat. I don't know if I've ever seen this person, but I got to give him a shout out. Let me see. Hold on a second. Nomad Angry God 1 looks like. Listen to this statement. I hope his wife is not watching the show. Negotiation with Iran is like asking my wife to clean the house. Oh, that.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, we better run cover for him. Duck and cover on
Good
that.
thing hopefully she's not watching. But if you are watching, I don't tell you, clean the house, woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys
so here
make me
you
laugh.
are. Listen, so you guys in the audience, you tell me, do you think it's enough negotiating with Iran? Does anybody want to bother with any more negotiation? Because I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about veiled threats. I just want to go all in till it's done.
All in or nothing.
What do you guys in the audience think?
I think a lot of people in the audience are in agreement. Just like they were in agreement with me about Taco Tuesday. Oh, wait, it's Wednesday. Hump day. Okay. Like I snuck that in.
There we are again.
I snuck that in, Lance.
There we are.
Thought you were going to get away with it. But you did ask yesterday to chat a question about Taco Tuesday, and they're all for it. They love it. Just saying.
You're saying that the audience supported your Taco Tuesday?
Yeah, they're all for it.
I don't know if I'm buying that.
Are you calling the audience? Or are you calling?
No, I'm calling you out. I don't know that I'm calling anything about the audience out. I can't imagine they want you to rehash that joke that many times.
But it's not a joke. It's Taco Tuesday. Like today's hump day. The middle of the week. Hump day. You're in the middle. Like the middle of the hump. What?
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a short break. And
we are? No.
Yeah.
We got 5 minutes to go. No break. Let's do the next story first, and then we go break.
All right. You go ahead.
You want me to do it? This is shocking news, everybody. So the FCC, right? The FCC bars new Chinese humanoid robots and power inverters, and they're citing cybersecurity risks to American critical infrastructure and the AI supply chain. Interesting, right? Actually, Trump admin, they revealed this on yesterday sometime. And they're banning target imports of new Chinese robots and inverters. Okay, what about all the other stuff? What about all the other stuff Chinese doing? Interfering in our elections. Blackmailing the Biden family. I mean, why ain't the FCC banning ABC News, NBC, CBS, with all their lies and rhetoric and cover-ups of so many things? I mean, let's go. Look, they're on here's one, right? Why not be on a roll? I know Lance always talks about this, and he's right. Like, the FCC doesn't really do too much banning of things. I mean, what do you think, Lance? You think they should keep going or what? Humanoid robots. I wouldn't want anything Chinese AI or humanoid robots, anything. Bad enough that some of these, what were it,
The difficulty
inverters on our electrical grid that they
to
have
our
access to.
manufacturing here. The difficulty comes from what we did to our own manufacturing here. What the unions did, what all the benefits did, it made it prohibitively expensive. So, of course, we turned to Chinese manufacturing, our electronics, our commercial transformers, our electrical power grid, our water supply systems, filtration, pharmaceuticals. And that's the problem. At this point, this is easy enough because I don't know if humanoid robots absolutely have to come out of China. But how many other things are coming out of China that are really questionable? DJI, you saw them get a bunch of banning on their drones and otherwise. It's, what we're dealing with here is that they have figured a way to infiltrate and surveil us as regular Americans. I don't know if you've seen the information about people even with like Roombas and vacuums and the different Bluetooth and AI connected appliances in your house. That in almost all those appliances, the Chinese have back doors. They can upgrade firmware, which you think, okay, I want to upgrade the firmware, but they can also surveil and download data. So you have to look at that big picture and ask yourself, how do we fix something that large quickly? And I'm not positive you can, George.
Yeah, well, think about that. But China does make some TVs. I think TCL, I don't even know how you say that one TV brand. Hisness, HISENSE.
I think it's Hisense.
Hisense?
I think.
Mm. But they also build TVs under licensed names like Toshiba and Sharp. So, I mean, I wouldn't get those TVs. But imagine a China robot, humanoid robot. How do you know it's not sending information back to CCP China? You don't. So ban them. We don't need them. We got enough stuff here. Or if they hit like some kind of red button back in CCP and all of a sudden all the robots go against all the American people.
I think they made a movie called iRobot like that.
No, iRobot was
Will
something.
Smith.
Yeah, but it wasn't where it was within the robot that had a
the robots go
malfunction
rogue.
Stuff. Yeah.
Robots go rogue.
It wasn't where a country did it. So
no. But I think with the infiltration of our electronics and our manufacturing of many items, parts that are put into vehicles and otherwise, we're pretty vulnerable. And the Chinese, they're slippery characters. They'll take advantage of whatever is possible to do that. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, of course, we're going to be talking about Fauci. Why wouldn't we be? Everybody else is. Fauci on the Hill, the Fifth Amendment. Yeah. Everybody should have seen that coming. He's taking the fifth. We'll talk about it. I'll be right back with George Valentine, Lance Miliaccio. While we're on the break, take the live link, share it far and wide. Tell your friends and family to join the fun, and don't be shy. Get in that chat. We want to hear from you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
yeah, don't go nowhere. I'll be right back.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars. your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here we your host, Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine, and of course, our esteemed and badass Big Mig Mafia, Big Mig Army. So, any new listeners, if you're out there listening, you can join the chat. Give you a nice shout out. We always like to see new people in the chat. Welcome to Toppin. Some funny people in there today. They got good jokes. I love it. As long as you make me laugh, we're good. But if you can, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, the follow, like, the share, and subscribe. $5 a month. We truly appreciate it. Every little bit helps. And if you are just out there watching, listen, you can't join the chat, at least hit the thumbs up button, the little like button for us or something. We appreciate it. But Lance and I, we have the perfect solution for the people who can't watch their crypto 24/7. I'm talking about Block Trust IRA to bring access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. The sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, now it's available to you. And this system was named number one crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all military grade security and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit bigmigcrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit bigmigcrypto.com today. You get up to $2,500 of free crypto. Links in the chat, the links under the more section of the video, and the QR code's right there. You take a screenshot. We got you covered. All you got to do is check it out. All right, so I'm going to get into this one because, Fauci today is up on the Hill in front of the Senate. And he's being grilled. But I want to say something. So even though, President Biden, or I should really say the AutoPen, gave Dr. Anthony Fauci a preemptive pardon, citing, political prosecution, yada, yada, yada. However, the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination protects against real risk or criminal prosecution. Let me go. So under the Supreme Court precedent, it's Brown versus Walker. It was 1896. Once a person has received a pardon for the relevant federal offenses, he can not longer set up his privilege since he stands with respect to such offense as if it has never been committed. That privilege evaporates for those covered in federal matters because the jeopardy is gone. So attempting to invoke his Fifth Amendment on questions solely about pardon federal conduct does not nullify the pardon, but it may instead expose the witness to contempt proceedings if a court or congressional body determines that the privilege is unavailable. So, in reality, since he got that pardon, he should not. He's not allowed to take the fifth. And why they did not say that, grill him up on there, or his lawyers? They threw one of his lawyers out because his lawyers were not even supposed to be sitting at the table. They're supposed to be sitting behind him. And one lawyer just wanted to do what he wanted. And when Fauci kept asserting his Fifth Amendment, the lawyers tried speaking up. And Senator Rand Paul stopped him. He goes, "You're not here being, you can't answer for him. He's pleading the fifth. He has to answer the questions. You were not even supposed to be at this table. You were instructed to sit behind him. You can talk to your client, but you can't address us." And he wants to keep talking. And Rand Paul threw his ass out, which is good. Great. I think he did. I mean, but Rand Paul was, we all knew he was going to do this. That's why I said the other day, why did they release his Fauci diaries and give them the chance to, come up with a defense or this and that? They shouldn't have said anything. Should have just waited till today. But once again, Fauci, everything, I think one of them asked what color his tie was and he pled the fifth, Lance. Like, you can answer the color of your tie.
Really?
Huh?
Did he really?
Yeah. Senator Josh Hawley, I think, asked him. I mean, it was... You have that, then you have the Democrat senators cozying up to Fauci. And this is where I always say this. After this hearing, they should keep the cameras live, keep the senators there, and let each senator go to each other with facts right there and show us, wait, why are you supporting him? I'd be like, in his diary, he contradicts and lied and said this and that, but you're still supporting him? Why? Based on what? I mean, Fauci just lost all credit. I mean, beyond lost all credibility. His legacy is shit. And by today asserting his Fifth Amendment, it just says he's guilty. Even more. Because he can't, no matter, even with the pardon, he would have to answer truthfully if he decided to answer questions today. And he can't lie. If he lied, that pardon wouldn't cover that shit. And he doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't, I mean, all the other past, how he's like a media prostitute. He loves being in media, questions and being interviewed and all that good stuff. Today he had that like look on his face, like you could see he was mad because he wanted to talk, but he was instructed not to. And at one point he was picking up paper and I think he was reading his open statement. He was actually shaking. You could see the paper like shaking. Yeah, not looking good. But he didn't answer anything. Plead the fifth. So why even stay up there and do this? So every senator can do their little skit and then hear him plead the fifth? Because Senator Paul told him, and I'm going to read a quote. He goes, "Dr. Fauci, your testimony today is compelled by a lawful subpoena. As you know, it's a crime under 18 U.S.C. Section 1001 to knowingly make a material false statement to Congress with a penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Understanding that you are under oath, the American people would like to understand your reasoning, your rationale for why you chose to fund research in Wuhan." Of course, I plead the fifth. Should I play that first clip? We rock it?
Why not?
Okay.
We will now begin a round of questioning. Dr. Fauci, your testimony today is compelled by a lawful subpoena. As you know, it's a crime under 18 U.S.C. Section 1001 to knowingly make a material false statement to Congress with a penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Understanding that you are under oath, the American people would like to understand your reasoning, your rationale for why you chose to fund the research in Wuhan. There have been, intelligence agencies, the CIA, the FBI, the DOE, have all come to the conclusion that more likely than not, the virus came from the lab in Wuhan. And so we'd like to know what was the rationale, what was the discussion, how, what went behind the decision to fund the research in Wuhan. How did you come to the conclusion that a totalitarian country would be capable of doing this in a BSL-2 lab, a lab that lacked the security? What was the reasoning, and are you sorry, basically, for making the decision? Would you, given another chance, say, well, gosh, circumstances now, as I know it, maybe it wasn't a wise thing. Can you explain to the committee why you chose to fund this dangerous research in China?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer.
In respect of Lance, you want to do something? Getting another video for us.
Yeah. On the advice of our audience and online, I think we should string up Fauci on the front lawn of the White House and let him dangle till he's done. This is just, this is just more of the same. And I put it on this administration. It is time to overturn the installed Biden presidency and, in fact, overturn all the auto pen and all the pardons. Because all that was a cover-up for criminals and scumbags. Anthony Fauci is a scumbag. He's a criminal. He's a sociopath. He's a serial killer. I believe that Anthony Fauci is guilty of crimes against humanity, of genocide. And I personally am tired of this system of Congress where people go in there and take the fifth, and there's never any consequences for pieces of shit like Dr. Anthony Fauci. It's amazing the medical board hasn't revoked his license. That just goes to tell you what a bunch of idiots the medical board is. Think about how many family members died because of Anthony Fauci. Think about how many people across the country died because of Anthony Fauci. Think about how many businesses failed because they were shut down because of Anthony Fauci. We're talking about trillions of dollars in loss. Not only the emotional loss, the personal loss, the physical loss, the financial loss is staggering. This guy needs to be dangling, and I'm going to say it again, on the front lawn of the White House. It's time to build a gallows, and it's time for this administration to grow some balls and start going after the deep staters. We now know that Joe Biden was unequivocally installed. We already knew it on this show, of course. There's no doubt. We heard about all this foreign interference and otherwise. That election should be overturned. Donald Trump won that election. We know it. You know it. The world knows it. It is not enough to expose somebody in Congress for the scumbag they are. This guy needs to face the worst of the worst. And so do all his co-conspirators, so do all the participants, so do all the intelligence agencies that covered up this information to the American people, so do all the news agencies that participated in undermining, oh my God, it's horse paste. You can't use horse paste. Ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, menbendazole, all attacked. Could have saved so many lives. How many trillions were spent on all this all this vaccination garbage? See, that my problem is we're back again to what we've been talking about on this show too often. Sure, here's the truth. Anthony Fauci's not going to tell the truth. He's going to take the fifth. When does Anthony Fauci, when do his co-conspirators, when does the media, when do they face the consequences for their actions? When does the medical board take Anthony Fauci's license? He's supposed to save lives, not take lives.
When I was watching some of this stuff this morning, I thought the same exact thing. I said, why don't they just pull his medical license? Because, part of having your oath is for what? Your ethics to be honest and truthful. Hippocratic oath.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he lied.
This guy is a horrible human being. He's horrible. I don't believe he deserves to suck any more oxygen on this planet. That's an opinion. It's my opinion. It may not be popular. I'm tired of this candy assing. I'm tired of the candy assing with Iran. I'm tired of the candy assing with these assholes up on the Hill. I'm tired of the candy assing for all the crimes they commit and they get away with it. J6 committee. Epstein files.
Let's see what he does.
9/11.
Hold on. Let's see what he does, because he's going to go on the liberal networks. Let's see if the networks pressure him and actually question him about his.
I have to be honest. If I saw Anthony Fauci, he likes to take a walk late at night around his home with his wife.
Don't say it, because something happens. Don't say it.
I didn't say anybody to do anything. I got to be honest. If I was walking down the street and I saw him, I would take the assault charge. I would walk up and power slap him and knock him the fuck right out. I'd take the assault charge. I'd be all over the press. They'd be like, the Big Mig, Lance Mayacho, arrested for assaulting Dr. Anthony Fauci. I would take it for the audience. I would take it for America. I would take it for all the people that lost family members. I would take it. I would take the charge. This guy needs to have the ever-living shit beaten out of him. And then he needs to be hung up on the front lawn. This is horrible what happened here during COVID. It's horrible. And I don't like it. I don't like what this administration is doing about draining the swamp and government gangsters, because I don't see anything going on. And anybody from the administration like to come on the show and talk about it, feel free. Put up or shut up time, guys. And this is a guy that doesn't deserve to have one more breath of oxygen. My opinion, I'm sticking to it.
If I seen Fauci, if I was walking, I seen him walking, I would run across the street or run the other way. Well, no part of that. Let's play this clip, because I like Senator Johnson. He's actually talking about ivermectin, ACQ. Like, they hid that information. And pretty much, and they said, look, they hid it because if there was an alternative that helped, then they wouldn't get this emergency use authorization for the COVID vaccine. And it's always been about money.
And he's right about the sabotaging of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. They sabotaged it. They went after people that talked about how it was effective. Believe me, it worked. I got COVID twice. I used it. I used the Zelenko protocol. I used zinc. I used menbendazole.
All right, let's play the clip.
It worked.
They were questioning what was Dr. Nath doing. They didn't want to publish that because, and I want to take time searching for it, because publishing it would create vaccine hesitancy, which is what we continue to hear time and time again, is the reason they didn't promote they lied about the safety signals they were seeing. Throughout the pandemic, I always push early treatment. We've got things in here where, you were really concerned about remdesivir because it was untested, but hydroxychloroquine, it was an approved drug, maybe some safety issues, but we had a great deal of experience with it. All of a sudden, you had the Surgisphere study that was retracted within 2 weeks because it was completely false, totally blew up the use of hydroxychloroquine. And then when it comes to ivermectin, which, by the way, because I was contacted by so many people, I referred them to doctors who actually had the courage and compassion to treat vaccine-injured individuals. It works. But I was going to ask you whether you were involved in the FDA attack on ivermectin. You had a interview on CNN on August 29th of 2021, where, again, I just don't want to take time to find the exact quote, but you said there's no evidence that ivermectin is helpful. On that exact same day, and I've got the studies right here. There was a website that was tracking the random controlled studies. Here they are, showing 60, 70% efficacy of ivermectin. The same day you say there's no evidence, there was all kinds of evidence. Loved ones had to go to hospitals, had to sue hospitals. Just, would you try it? So I would want to know, to what extent were you involved in sabotaging hydroxychloroquine, ivermectin, and did you do that because you knew the only way you get an emergency use authorization for these drugs, these experimental gene therapy, was if there was no effective treatment, you couldn't get the emergency use authorization. So is that why you helped sabotage these cheap generic drugs in favor of remdesivir, which, by the way, nurses, are you aware of the fact that nurses called it run, death is near?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment.
Go kick rocks. Lara Logan came out, and I'm going to give her credit for this because she said it. She linked Dr. Fauci to, remember that wicked Nazi doctor doing all the experiments and stuff on Jewish people and all that? Remember that? That's Dr. Fauci doing experiments on the world.
Dr. Mengele.
That's his name?
Dr. Mengele.
All right.
He was the one linked to the atrocities against the Jewish people, medical testing. They named it. It wasn't really medical testing. It was really more medical torture.
All right, this is a great clip, right?
Could you hit a Jew in the head with a hammer and they wouldn't survive? Things like that. Horrible, horrible stuff.
All right, this is another good. This is a great clip because I just got it because I watched it earlier and I was trying to get the clip.
The audience, just quickly. My comment is: you see his face. Tell me, did he just get cracked right in the face? Honest to God, you see his face in there. This is a hateful person. He knows people died under his watch. He was such an arrogant SOB, an arrogant prick during his interviews. And now all he does is take the fifth, take the fifth, take the fifth. This is the disgusting travesty of justice at this point.
Well, he doesn't have his smug face on. He's and you can see he's mad because he wants to talk. And, because in all the other prior hearings, he always talked and gave a, line of bullshit and lie. But, now he's caught up. But Senator Morano, I think he's from Ohio, he actually was pressing Fauci over his public treatment of COVID. And actually, he said this. And I was like, what? He goes, who the fuck do you think you were doing that? That's coming right from Senator Morano's mouth. I'm playing the clip. Yeah, I know.
Can you do me a favor in the audience and stand up if during the time of the COVID pandemic, you were called a racist for calling the virus a Wuhan virus or the China virus? If you thought the 6-foot rule was total crap, if you thought the vaccine wasn't something that you should take, if you thought it was outrageous the way the mask policy was rolled out, if you were fired from your job for not taking that vaccine, including members of the military, if you thought closing schools was catastrophically stupid, and if you thought that during these times saying these things made you somehow a lesser human being. Dr. Fauci, can you just turn around and look at the people behind you? You're not willing to do that? That's not a question. It's not a question. To your lawyers, not a question. It's a request. All you have to do is look up from your lawyers and look at the people who were absolutely shamed for saying what we know now to be the truth. You can't even look at them? It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country.
Disgrace. Yeah, but then Fauci will continue to walk around freely.
Still is.
Why don't they just pull the pardon? I mean, all these pardons, still nothing.
It's a slippery slope, but I believe they have to overturn the Biden presidency to make it easy. They have to prove once and for all. They have to validate the fraud and say that 100% he was not elected freely and fairly. I've looked at that. Let me say this. I'll say this. I'll go on the line here. They're lucky I'm not president of the United States. They're extremely fortunate. People might call me totalitarian. They might call me a dictator. These motherfuckers, they wouldn't be walking around. I don't give a shit what the judges have to say. I don't give a shit what the DOJ has to say. I would be going after people viciously in my office as president of the United States. I would take the chance that afterwards I'd be impeached or whatever else, but there wouldn't be one of these scumbags standing when I got done. I'd be judge, jury, and executioner. This guy did horrible things to the American people, and I would not allow him to continue to participate in the humanity of this planet. And there are many others. My hat's off, Senator Morano. Nice job.
Yep.
You said exactly what many of us are thinking. Senator, of course, Senator Johnson, we love you on this show. You've been on our show before. Senator Ron Johnson, we appreciate you. And we appreciate the senators that have the balls. And for those Democrat senators that kissed Fauci's ass, shame on you, you cowards and traitors. Shame on you. And any Republicans, if you're in the same boat, shame on you too. Shame on you.
So just to give you guys an idea, like what we went through this and that. Here, now this is a clip from yesterday. Chris Cuomo, right? And he actually got booed on stage because an old clip exposes his shameful remarks on ivermectin. And they're talking. There's another commentator there, and Chris Cuomo. I don't like what people did to Joe Rogan about ivermectin. I don't like it. That's Chris Cuomo saying it. And they have Dave Smith saying, "But you did it." Chris Cuomo goes, "Find the clips." Guess what? They found the clips. And just these.
Can you imagine
instead of just apologizing, manning up and apologizing? What?
Can you imagine being that kind of a scumbag that you said something, and rather than take responsibility for it, Cuomo could have said, "You know what? I was one of them.
I was wrong.
And
I listened to the freaking idiots.
And I made a mistake."
Yeah.
Right? I mean, be man enough, Cuomo, you little pussy. I mean, if we did it on this show, if we went after somebody and we were wrong, you've even heard me back up a couple of times and said, "Hey, I guess I'm wrong." The point of the matter is, be a man, take responsibility, Cuomo. But, he comes from a long family of jackasses. There's no doubt.
His brother killed a lot of people in the nursing home, right, and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
my question is, I wonder how he reacted after the clip. Do we have what he reacted afterwards? Okay, great. Let's play it. I want to watch this.
Yeah, here we go.
There was so much talk that they don't want you to take ivermectin. Ivermectin is the way to go. Take it. Joe Rogan got better from ivermectin. And by the way, I don't like what people did to Joe Rogan about ivermectin. I don't like
You did it.
No. Okay,
yes, you did.
Find the clips.
Dude, find the clips. You shamed Joe Rogan.
Find the
clips. You said he's taking horse dewormer. You and Don Lemon were chuckling at each other about it.
No,
I'll go find
first
the
of all,
clip.
you just saw the clips.
I'm
not chuckling. I'm listening to Don. But
No. The
here's
clip
point.
I'm talking about wasn't on there, and it's absolutely there. Here, do we have it? Hold on. Let's play the clip.
Go ahead.
Injecting drugs for animals and horse.
And people telling them to. Oh, my God. What person? You talk about, cancel culture and who to shame. Ivermectin, a dewormer, really?
They are shaming themselves.
That's what it is.
They're shaming themselves.
So you're taking a dewormer right now, Chris. Chris, you can't apologize for that. You weren't being clear that it was this, and you know that, dude. You're being so dishonest right now, man.
I'm not being
You were
dishonest.
talking about ivermectin, the drug. You were not talking about this version of ivermectin. Come on, man.
Still trying to justify it. Instead of he caught out right there. Instead of man up and apologizing, yeah, that was me. You know what? I was going off of information that was, wrongfully given to me. Yeah, I'll respect that. I'll respect the person that apologized and admits their mistakes. But if they don't, and it's right there, blatant, get the fuck out of here. He deserves to be slapped in the face too.
So John, I'm a giant pussy Thune. Reveals at least 15 other Republican pussies, senators who are hard no on nuking the filibuster to pass the Save America Act. He just admitted the ugly truth that America First voters already knew. A large block of Republican senators are standing in the way of President Trump's top priority. Now, you tell me why any Republican would stand against the SAVE Act. Unless, of course, they want to cheat. So there's approximately 20 Republican senators discuss eliminating the filibuster. The overwhelming majority reportedly refused to do so. Thune goes on, I've had this conversation with the president many times, I think, as you know, and I actually suggested at one point that his team come up and sit down and visit with some of my colleagues. So they came up, met with about 20 Republican senators, and 15 were a no on getting rid of the filibuster. Well, I'd like to know this. If that, in fact, is true, why didn't Donald Trump expose these Republican rhino shitheads? Why didn't he tell us which senators were against nuking the filibuster to pass the SAVE Act? Shouldn't the American public know that? Donald Trump, Mr. President? I think so. Whether it's complicated math or not. Why are we allowing these Republicans to stay in the shadows? Why not put them on Front Street? George, you tell me. Don't you want to know who the anti-filibuster Republicans are?
Well, the only way you really truly do it is put it up and let the people see which senators vote yes or no for it. That's it. It's the best way to do
Donald
it.
Trump met with them firsthand. He had answers from them directly. Isn't that a great way just for Donald Trump to come in and say, well, I just met with these Republican senators, and these 15 don't want to nuke the filibuster. Clearly, they don't want voter ID. I wonder why they don't want voter ID. Why didn't you go after them aggressively?
You know, all these dumbass senators, the Republican senators, rhinos that don't want to nuke it. You're going to be kicking yourselves in the ass if the Democrats get hold of Senate, control the Senate, and when they nuke the filibuster, you're all going to look like so beyond stupid, sitting there with your dicks in your hand. I mean, what more do we got? What more do people got to do? That's why. Look, people should start putting in a campaign to, find somebody to replace Thune and as a senator. Start endorsing that person now and getting his name out there. Don't wait to the last minute. Put the pressure on Thune. Find somebody good with no bad history or nothing. And then all these other senators. We did it a lot with House seats and even a couple Senate seats, right? So we could still keep doing it. That's the only way. Hopefully, if the voting system ain't rigged.
It's hard enough to get a job. You know how difficult it is. The job market's tough. They've gotten rid of a lot of jobs. AI is getting rid of a lot of jobs. It's hard enough when you have to go up against DEI hiring, right? They've got to have so many women. They've got to have so many minorities. They've got to have so many handicapped. They've got to have so many this, so many that. As if it wasn't hard enough, Massachusetts is going to make it harder for the people of Massachusetts because they now have a new DEI hiring program where it's going to give Muslims priority for state jobs. So the liberal lawmakers in the true blue state of Massachusetts are creating a new commission, which is essentially a DEI hiring program that will benefit Muslims looking for state jobs. And why specifically Muslims? Why not specifically Jews? Why not specifically Christians? But this is just another reminder of what comes with a one-party socialist rule. The point is, why do we have to have this ideology where any particular group, religiously based, is supposed to get the benefit because of their religion? I believe in freedom of religion. I just don't believe in candy-assing certain people for something that I don't believe should be considered. So it's going to create a panel of 11 Muslims appointed by the Democratic governor, Maura Healey, who's a total jackass, I might add, and other state officials to represent the Islamic faith on issues such as business, economy, healthcare, and other concerns. It'll influence government recruiting and identify and recommend qualified American Muslims for appointed positions at all levels of government, including boards and commissions, as the commission considers necessary and appropriate. If that's not a bunch of shit, horse shit, I might add. So, George, what do you think about this new round of DEI? It seems like really a great idea.
I'm wondering why they're even doing it. When you think of Massachusetts, right? I think of Boston and stuff, and the guys there. A lot of tough guys in Boston. No nonsense people. I can't fathom the fact that they would be for this, and they're either not speaking against this or what they're doing. I don't know. Did the guys in Boston go soft? I don't know. Tell me.
I don't know.
But I want to go back to Fauci real quick because Rand Paul now says he's going to move to hold Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. Quoting, all he had to do was be honest. If he was honest even about committing a crime, he would have no jeopardy. There will be a vote next week on contempt. Ooh. Why do you have to
vote next week on stringing him up?
Wait a minute. Why did it have to have a vote? He did contempt. Why do you have to vote on it?
Yeah.
Let's see what GOP senators vote against that contempt.
What's contempt going to get? Slap on the wrist, 60 days in jail, maybe.
Not much.
Not good enough for me. I don't want contempt. You know what I want?
You know what?
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the candy assing in D.C. These people have harmed the American public. They've harmed you in the audience. They've harmed us on this show. Enough is enough. Throw down the gauntlet. If the judiciary won't do their job, if the Department of Justice won't do their job, then I guess it's up to the military and Donald J. Trump.
Hey, Lance, I just looked it up. Contempt of Congress is a misdemeanor offense punishable by a criminal fine of up to $1,000 No, up to $100,000. I'm sorry. And mandatory imprisonment ranging from 1 to 12 months.
Big deal.
Yeah, but just seeing him in there for 12 months or whatever would just be fun to see.
Yeah.
He'll go to a camp or something.
I'd like to think of a lot of other fun things to see.
He'll be at a camp, but whatever. Him in an orange jumper.
Like to see. Yeah.
Let the memes come true, people. All right, Lance, we're done. Take us out.
All right. Well, listen, if you love the show, leave us a comment on the way out the door. Hit that subscribe button. Take a minute after the show. Go over to YouTube. Find our show. Follow us there. We're trying to build up our channel. They let us back on. Didn't give us back our original. And, of course, you can find us on every major podcast platform and all social media, including X, True Social, Gab, and Getter. G. Valentine, Lance Miliaccio, and The Big Ming Show on X. Everywhere else is George Valentine, Lance Miliaccio, and The Big Ming Show. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in today. We really do appreciate you. We're blessed to have you.
Let it drop. It's hump day. Enjoy your day. Stay blessed. Stay vigilant. And stay cool. Love you guys. Peace.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.